It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. We deliver to your home. FordofHagerstown.com. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. The Mirius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Joe Ferretti Law Office in downtown Martinsburg, delivering first-rate service and results for our clients. Green Tree Realty, a great place to call home. Jackie Lewis Broker. GreenTreeRealty.com. Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. FolkForWV.com. And by Smallwood and Small, an Erie affiliate. Total Insurance Solutions. Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. So let's head to the field and get today's pregame show underway.
A very pleasant good afternoon across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into Shepherd Ram football on TV10, joining you during the national anthem. So we apologize for not only joining in the middle of the national anthem, but also the delayed pregame show, dealing with some technical issues here in the broadcast booth. But we welcome you into Ram Stadium. It is the Seton Hill Griffins in town on Senior Day, at the last game of the regular season for the Shepherd Rams. They come in at 8-2, 6-1 in PSAC play. The Seton Hill Griffins 2-7 overall in the season, 2-5 in PSAC play. Matt Crawford here with you. Matt Miller is at Martinsburg High School. We will join that broadcast a little bit later, and we'll tell you how this broadcast is going to go. So I will handle the play-by-play duties. To my right, color commentary for the day is Jason Colrick, our normal TV 10 crew here at Shepherd. Jenny Kuhn, Jason Kerr, Joey Dagg on site, and back in the studio is Caleb Falero. Jason, welcome back into Shepherd University Ram football.
Yeah, it feels good to be back at the stadium. Haven't been out here since I was doing the radio broadcast on the sidelines, but it feels good to be back here at the stadium.
Looking forward to this one today. Shepherd, the final week of the regular season, and they are primed for another playoff run. They missed the playoffs last year, a 7-3 campaign, but right now in the Super Region 1 rankings, they come in at number 5 this week with that 8-2 record. A win would most certainly seal their fate in the playoffs this year. They're behind IUP, so we'll be watching all of the other PSAC games along with the Mountain East games as today goes on, and see if possibly Shepherd could jump up. We will find out the official rankings coming up tomorrow with the Division II selection show for the playoffs. They do things differently. For those who don't know, they do things similar to what basketball does. It's a selection show with 4 regions, and we will find out who they play and where that game will be next week, whether they'll be right here at Ram Stadium or whether we will be on the road following this team. Right now, pretty strong chance we'll be going to Indiana University of Pennsylvania, as they are favored in their game today, but anything can happen when you go out and play the game of football. Team captains at center field right now on the midfield stripe, but the Rams in the center of the field here at Ram Stadium. A cold day for college football, but the fans are starting to pile in on the far side from where we are located, and Jason, looking forward to this one today.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. We were mentioning earlier that the fans didn't look like they were going to fill the stadium, but now that it's getting closer to game time, you know, we had a very nice presentation. to win this game and get an opportunity to play in the playoffs. You know, the jump this year, weren't really sure coming from the Mountain East into the PSAC what they were going to be like, but obviously, you know, we talked about it off mic, you know, maybe 3 minutes of football and this could be an undefeated ball club that you're looking at right now, but you still are happy that they've got a shot to win this game and go into the playoffs.
Yeah, looking at the Ohio Dominican game to open the season, a late drive in that ball game, giving Ohio Dominican the win in that one, and then Kutztown, who right now is the #1 team in Super Region 1, and they're playing for that PSAC championship today against Slippery Rock. It was a late drive in that game, so yeah, you're talking about 3 minutes of football, and we're talking about a different team that's possibly playing for a bye next week as the #1 team in Super Region 1, and probably playing Slippery Rock today in that PSAC championship, so it's amazing what 3 minutes of game time will do. The opening coin toss was deferred by Shepherd, and it will be Seton Hill on the return, which means Shepherd will get the ball in the second half. And talking to Coach Ernie McCook, I think he prefers that in a way. You get the opportunity to try to keep things close at the half, and if you have a lead going into half, it really gives you an opportunity to put the hammer down and put your foot on the pedal, if you will, going into that second half.
Well, there's nothing like getting that late score in a first half and then getting the ball back, and you get an opportunity to get 2 scores versus the 1. And you know, Shepherd obviously wants to get their defense out there and show what their defense can do to shut them down and get the ball.
Back to return for Seton Hill is number 19. That is Darnell Carey. Also number 85. That is Uri Rajakumar.
I'm glad you're the one that
I was getting ready to say that is how we're going to do that. And Hayden August Scriven onto the kickoff, and we are underway at Rand Stadium. A high end-over-end kick going back into the end zone. It will be brought out up across the 10-yard line to the 15. Cut back into the middle of the field, brought down at the 20-yard line by a host of Ram tacklers. On the return was Darnell Carey, and it'll be Seton Hill with the football first. And coming into this game, expect them to go through the air over 2,200 yards through the air this season by quarterback Ryan Abarabi, and on the ground only 523 rushing yards.
You know, you played 9 games and you only have 500 yards of rushing. That's surprising. That tells you that this team likes to throw the football, but they come out with just 2 wide, 1 on each side. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, moving a couple of tight ends and a fullback, looks like, to the near side. Barabi in the pistol formation. There's a run to get things started, and a good run to start the game, and a gain of 8 and maybe 9 depending on the spot. The first run going to Logan Willand, and he will gain 9, or make that 8 on the first run of the football game, setting up a 2nd down and 2 up to the 29-yard line for a team that we just talked about not running the football very well. A good first run in this ball game.
Yeah, it was a nice run. They tried to they actually went to the right side edge and were able to break it outside, cut up the gap, and you know, 8 yards is a good pickup on first down.
Barabi again in that pistol formation. It is Willen behind him. 2 receivers to each side. Gets that snap, drops back pass for the first time in this ball game. A quick out to that far side. That pass is hauled in and brought down on that far side by number 6. That is Dejon Anthony. The pass completed on that far side to number 83. That is Matthew Williams. And that's enough to move the chains up to the 33-yard line. First down, Seton Hill.
You know, you like when a receiver gets across the line. A lot of times you see receivers that don't actually get to the first down marker. Obviously, short first down marker there, but Shepherd did a nice job of keeping that pass in front of him. You'll give that to him pretty much all day.
Tight end on the far side, shotgun formation, 3 receivers to this near side. Barabi drops back to pass. Little play action, fires quick over the middle. He's got a receiver, catches it over the 50-yard line into Ram territory inside the 40-yard line. And again on the reception, it is that number 83, Matthew Williams. And Seton Hill moving the football very well in this first drive into Ram territory. First down, Griffins.
Yeah, they found a seam right across the middle there that Shepherd's going to have to shut that down, or that's going to be a good pass play for them all day long. Good completion on that one.
I heard the Martinsburg.
Yeah, you heard it. You know, look, I've done Martinsburg for 13 years now, so I get used to doing that.
Ball on the 37-yard line. This is something we've seen from Shepherd this year so far. They may give up that early drive, but it's been great in-game adjustments made by defensive coordinator Josh Klein. Man in motion. It is going to be a run up the middle, and immediately stuffed on the run was number 22, Michael Valentino, and stuffed immediately by that Ram defensive line. Just a short gain of 2, bringing up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, defensive line did a nice job of shutting that hole down. If you watched it initially, it opened up, but they shut it down real quick.
Did give him 3 on that carry, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 7 inside that 35-yard line, ball at the far hash on the 34.
You know, watching them on this first drive, not really sure with the success they've had running the ball so far, how they only have 523 yards of total rushing. I wonder if that's a typo.
Willen again behind Barabee. It'll be a swing past him in the backfield, but immediately a contact made by Ponce de Leon and wraps him up. A great open field tackle by de Leon, and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but think he may have lost a yard as well, maybe even 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, Shepherd did a nice job of reading that swing pass there, and they did. They got it for a loss. I believe they got it. Yep, they got him for a 1-yard loss there, so that was a nice tackle there.
See what the Griffins do on 3rd down here for the first time in this ball game. They set up again in that pistol like you see many teams do now in college football. There's that snap. Barabee drops back to pass, immediately pressured, and he goes down. In on the sack, number 99, defensive lineman Michael Holt gets the sack, and that brings up 4th down for the Griffins. Shepherd forces a punt now for Seton Hill.
You know, that was just a bull rush there by the defensive line. There were no blitzing off the edges or anything like that. They just did a really nice job of pushing the offensive line back into the backfield, and the quarterback had no time whatsoever to make that pass, and so now they're going to get the ball here off of a punt.
Hunter Miller on to punt. Back to return is Zane Lewis. Does get that punt away. Lewis standing at the 10-yard line. Let it bounce. That ball bounces at the 16 and takes a Griffin roll inside the 10. Still rolling down to about the 6-yard line, and it'll be a full field to go for Shepherd, Jason.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? You've got a good running attack. You've got a good passing attack. You know, it's a good defensive stand. It's time to get the Shepherd offense out there and move it 96 yards or 94 yards.
Tyson Bagent coming in, one of the candidates for the Harlan Hill Trophy in his sophomore year. We had talked about it off the mic earlier before we got on for the pregame, and this is a kid that started as a true freshman and maybe taking a couple more risks this year. That interception rate is up a little bit, but he's, with that experience, trying to thread the needle a little bit more. He will start out of the pistol formation, and a fumble off the snap immediately, and falling on it was one of the offensive linemen. Coming up with is actually tight end Alex Wetzel.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Does it look like Tyson called for the ball, and I don't know whether it hit the leg or something like that, but he clearly fumbled that, and that's gonna be a couple of yard loss there. Not a good start there for Shepherd on offense.
And they're actually going to call a false start on that play, so maybe a whistle causing that. So that'll be a half the distance to the goal penalty inside the 10-yard line. So that'll move the ball back to the 3. And now 97 yards to go for the Shepherd Rams. So now a full 5-yard false start penalty. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Bagent and Glover now in the end zone. That give is to Deontay Glover. Cuts back in on this near side hash mark. Barrels his way forward across the 10-yard line up to the 12. And Shepherd now moving in the right direction.
Yeah, no, Glover had a nice run there. The offensive line did a great job of opening a hole on the left-hand side, and he barreled through it, giving a little bit more room here to work on offense on 2nd down and 5 from their own 11-yard line.
Deontay Glover has been a beast for Shepherd this year, really looking at that Lock Haven game as the turning point. Shepherd struggled to run the ball early in the season, but it was that rainy Thursday night game in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, and that was the early coming out night for Deontay Glover. Play action pass, Bagent drops back to pass, flushed, he loses the football, and it's pounced on by Seton Hill at the 4-yard line. Coming up with that fumble recovery, number 55, Justice Griffin. And now Seton Hill going to have very good field position inside the 5-yard line going in, and let's see what the Shepherd defense can do. Bagent was moving to this near side and just had that ball poked out going back to throw.
Yeah, he had no place to throw. If you watched, all the wide receivers were covered. He was looking, he tried to scramble a little bit, but you got to protect the ball. We talked about the 2 losses that they had in those games. They didn't protect the ball well, but now they've given Seton Hill great field position here on the 5-yard line.
There's that basketball mind coming out, right?
Yeah,
Top 15 Seton Hall in college basketball. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Barabee in the shotgun formation. To his left is Willand. 2 receivers to the far side. Now make that 3 as one comes in motion. It's a quick swing pass out to the far side. Good blockers out in front, and into the end zone on the catch and run is Darnell Carey for a Griffin touchdown, and they get on the board first after the turnover by Tyson Bagent.
Wow, what a great swing pass. You know, they've ran that a couple of times with some success. They've gotten some yardage out of it, so I'm surprised the Shepherd wasn't anticipating that.
And tough to do if you're the Shepherd defense. You get a stop, and immediately after just 3 plays, have to quickly come back onto the field, and not a whole lot of wiggle room for that Shepherd defense, and they give up a touchdown on the first play. 10-16 remaining in the first quarter of this one. On for the extra point is number 64, Hunter Miller. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. It's Seton Hill with the touchdown lead, 7-0 with 10-16 remaining in the first quarter. We take a 60-second break, then we're back with more. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Backside of this ensuing kickoff. On for the kickoff again is kicker/punter Hunter Miller. Back to return is Deontay Glover. And on that far side, looks like it is third-string running back Ronnie Brown, and they're going to try an onside kick to this near side. Dylan Brewer catches it. The perfect man to get it to is the wide receiver. Cuts back towards the middle of the field. He's got blockers across the 40-yard line, up to the 45, up to the midfield stripe, into Seton Hill territory before finally taken down at the 45-yard line in Griffin territory. And again, if you're going to kick it to somebody on that kind of a kick, Shepherd very lucky to have wide receiver Dylan Brewer right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it almost looks like Shepherd might have been anticipating that by putting Brewer into that position. Maybe they've seen something that they like to do that. Dylan Brewer picked up about 10 yards on that, but ran probably about 60 yards from one side to the other. But, you know, now it's time for the Rams to settle in here. You know, maybe go, okay, we took this team a little bit lightly. Let's clean up our mistakes and go.
Give you the scoring drive after the first play. It is a play-action pass, bootleg for Tyson Bagent, looking upfield, nowhere to go, avoids the first tackle, and will just throw it out of the reach of Dylan Brewer intentionally, just making sure he had a receiver in the area. Second down and 10. Good pressure by a number 9, Jalen McDuffie of Seton Hill.
You know, Tyson kind of got a little bit one-sided there. If he'd have looked down the field, he had Cornish running down the middle of the field open, which is an easy pass that Tyson could have made, but he was so focused on the one wide receiver that he missed the wide-open receiver down the middle. Could have been 7 points.
Shotgun formation. Deontay Glover to the left. He give this to Glover. He'll go right up the middle, bottled up immediately. Will gain a couple. Looks like about 2 on the run before a host of gold jerseys brings him down. Real quick, let's give you that scoring drive summary for Seton Hill on that touchdown drive. It's brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. Paid for by Mike Folk for Governor. It was just a 1-play, 6-second drive that ended in a touchdown. Ryan Barabee to Darnell Carey for the touchdown with 9:29 on the running second quarter clock. Third down, Bagent drops back to pass, fires over the middle behind Devin Phelps, makes the catch at the 40-yard line, but he is going to be short of the yard to gain for that first down. But at this point in the field, you got to wonder if this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're keeping Tyson out there. I mean, at this point, I will tell you, I would probably go for it on 4th down as well.
Don't be surprised if you see a pooch kick.
No, yeah, I mean,
this has happened several times this year, and don't be surprised in the shotgun formation if you see the right foot of Bagent used instead of that right arm. Now he backs up a little bit, and it is going to be that pooch kick. There's the drop and a good punt. It's going to bounce at the 6 or the 8-yard line and then go in to the end zone for a touchback. He's been pretty successful with those pooch kicks this year. That one had a little too much spin on it goes into the end zone for a touchback. Seton Hill with the football again, and so far very impressed with the defense for Seton Hill and the pressure they've given Tyson Bajan.
Not only the pressure, but I mean, if you watch, the wide receivers are not open either. They're doing a nice job of guarding the wide receivers. Even the pass that was completed to Phelps across the middle, that defender was right there to make the tackle. So, you know, I'm not really sure what Shepherd's going to do differently. Maybe throw in a few more run plays to open up the passing play, but they've got to find some success on offense. But right now they need to be successful on defense.
Valentino behind Barabee in the pistol formation, a 4-receiver set. Quick slant to that far side and hauled in, and that's going to be close to the yard to gain. On the tackle was number 8, Donnell Howard, or make that Chigozie Eniakwe on the tackle. That's going to be enough to move the chains. Good catch by number 10, Taro Gaither.
I think they got a pretty good spot on that one, though. It looked like initially they were going to mark him about a half a yard short, but they've gone ahead and moved the chains for a first down. So Seton Hill is moving the ball once again. Shepherd's defense needs to step up and stop that quick slant that they're throwing or that little screen pass.
A 2-back set in the shotgun formation, one receiver to the far side. It is a play-action pass, and Barabee looking deep over the middle. Wide open receiver at the 40-yard line, makes the catch, gets to that midfield stripe. On the catch, number 4, Keenan Humphrey, and that will move the chains for Seton Hill and put them into Shepherd Ram territory right inside that 50-yard line. And right now it's the quick passes and using the zone defense really to their advantage is Seton Hill.
They are. If you watch the receivers, they're finding an opening and they're just kind of sitting there waiting for the quarterback to find them. They're not really moving as they catch the pass. So they're going to have to tighten up that zone defense, maybe even do a little man coverage.
Barabee brings a man in motion again in that pistol set. He'll drop back to pass, looking left and fires down right over the middle of the field in that far hash mark in between the hash and the numbers and overthrows his intended receiver. The intended receiver was Jack Schechterly. Just overthrew. He had him wide open on that seam up that far side and just put a little too much air underneath that football.
Yeah, I also think the wide receiver looked over the wrong shoulder because if you notice, he was looking one way and he tried to adjust the other. He looks like he went off of his fingertips, but he had an opportunity there, but he looked over the wrong shoulder, which can happen. Looking back into that sun might be hard to see that ball as well.
And make that intended receiver a 89 tight end Clay Metz, not an 86. So Metz was the intended receiver. Second down and 10, a pitch to the outside, swallowed up by number 13, Jawan Addison, with a tackle for loss in the backfield, and it'll set up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 16 upcoming for the Griffins.
I'm actually going to make a correction on you. That was actually a tight end number 81, Jack I can't even say his last name, Schechterly, that was the intended one on this one. It was the 2 tight ends came off at the same time, but 81 was actually the one that the pass was intended to.
3rd down and 16 from the 44-yard line. Seton Hill now back in their own end of the field. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Lone tailback in the backfield next to Barabee. Shepherd showing a 3-down lineman, not going to bring pressure, play conservative here. Juwan Addison off the end, almost gets there. Pass up this near side and almost intercepted. Great defense by Dejon Anthony. And had it right in his hands, and you wonder whether the cold football coming in had any effect. And like you mentioned, he's looking right back towards that sun as well, Jason.
Yeah, he is. From our vantage point, if you look over the scoreboard, that sun is on that side of the field. And looking back, but you know, that was a good defensive stand there for Shepherd. Seton Hill got a couple of good plays, moved the ball, but now they're going to get the ball back. Now they've got to find some rhythm on offense. They can't keep giving the ball back. Looks like we've got a whistle and a penalty flag on the play.
I believe we're actually going to get a timeout instead. Timeout taken by, or no, a penalty flag back, you're right, by the return man Zane Lewis. Waiting to see what that penalty is. Both teams going to their sideline. So they are going to give it the timeout to Shepherd, it looks like. Okay. So timeout on the field. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors for this game. Hagerstown Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Services, the Joe Ferretti Law Office, Green Tree Realty, Mike Folk for Governor, and a big thanks to our title sponsor, Smallwood and Small Insurance. St. Louis will go back on the return again. That flag still sitting at the 20-yard line now will be picked up.
It was probably too much. You know, got to get some stretching in there before we pick it up. So, you know, and where he laid it down, it's right there on the lacrosse stripe, so it was kind of hard to see it for a second.
On the punt, is Hunter Miller. A high snap, but able to bring it in and gets this one end over end. A wobbler that'll bounce at the 31-yard line, and again take a Seton Hill roll inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line, and that is where Shepherd will start this next offensive drive. Their third already here in the first quarter. 6:48 remaining in the opening quarter of play here. Senior day at Shepherd.
I think it's key on this particular drive that they get the running game going, because right now Seton Hill is doing a nice job of covering the wide receivers because they're looking for Tyson to throw the ball. But if they can establish Glover here in the running game, it's going to loosen up their passing game and allow Shepherd to be able to move the ball down the field a little bit stronger.
Page in the shotgun. It's a quick little shovel to Devin Phelps, who breaks one tackle to the outside. He's across the 25 to the 30. One man to beat. He's across midfield to the 45. Inside the 40. Cuts back to the inside before being taken down. It was a good pursuit by number 18 in the open field. That is Anario Walks, stopping Devin Phelps, not after a big gain on the play. Now Shepherd into Griffin's territory. Ball placed at the 33-yard line. The biggest play of the game so far for the Shepherd offense.
That was a nice design there. They got the blocking on the outside, and he did have one man to beat, but he actually got caught from behind. But what a great play, great setup. I'm not sure, is that a passing play?
That is considered a pass. 49 yards on the catch and run for the speedster Devin Phelps. Dylan Brewer comes in motion, more in that slot. Now play action pass. It is Tyson Bajan rolling to the far side. Nowhere to go. He's going to tuck it and run and get bottled up and shoved out of bounds, or will they say it's inbounds? Either way, Bajan goes down after a short gain of about 1 on the play on that far side, brought down by number 20. That is Kayshawn Petit.
Once again, Tyson rolled out to his right-hand side, and he did not have a receiver open. You know, you got to get used to tucking those and maybe cutting up. If he'd have cut up the field versus running, he might have picked up a few more yards, but you live another day here. 2nd
down and 9 from the 32-yard line. Pistol formation again. There's that give to Deontay Glover. A little stutter step, then cuts back towards that far hash mark, breaking through a couple of tacklers inside the 25-yard line before being pushed back. They're going to give him the 24, so it should set up a 3rd down and short, a 3rd down and 1 upcoming, and expect Glover's name to be called again on a 3rd and short.
Great vision there by Glover. He got into the middle there, saw a hole on the right side, bounced out to it, and picked up the additional yardage to set up this short and very manageable 3rd down. And I would say you're probably definitely in 3rd and 4th down territory right now.
I don't know. We saw Hayden August Scriven with some long kicks in warm-ups going to this end of the field. But I'm thinking with you on the short yard situation like this would not surprise me. There's that give to Deontay Glover, and he breaks one tackle and stumbles forward inside the 20-yard line to the 19.5, and that will be enough to move the chains. It's a Ram 1st down.
It's an answer we'll never know at this point. But, you know, you got to look out here. You notice the wind started to pick up out here. It wasn't as breezy out here during the pregame warm-ups, and it is definitely favoring an opponent that's going towards the field house.
And it looks like it's even swirling a little bit. You see those flags on the Ken J. Boone Fieldhouse moving direction a little bit with the wind. Pistol formation again. It is a read option. The give will be to Deontay Glover. Gets a few yards and then bottled up at the 16-yard line by a host of Griffins. The first one in there was a number 45. So in on the tackle is Jaden Enberton Gaines, the linebacker.
I like what Shepherd's doing here with the running game. You know, even the big play, it was considered a pass play, but it was still sort of a running play. They're establishing a ground game, which should eventually bring the defense in and open up some passing for Shepherd.
2nd down and 6 from the 16-yard line. Now under 4 minutes on a running first quarter clock. 3:57, 3:56 on that clock as Brewer goes in motion to the far side. Bajan in the shotgun takes that snap, a direct drop back, 3-step drop, looking to the outside, a swing pass to the outside and hauled in by tight end DJ Cornish, and that will move the chains and set up a 1st and goal for the Rams at the 7-yard line going into the end zone.
That was a great design to put him in motion and put a wide receiver in motion and then cut him straight up the field and then swung out the tight end. Great completion there by Tyson.
3:33 on a running first quarter clock. 1st down and goal from the 7-yard line. Bajan in that pistol. Glover stands at the 15-yard line as the tailback. 2 receivers. This near side tight end goes in motion. There's that give to Glover right at the middle inside the 5 and is down at just about the 2-yard line. So a gain of 5 on first down, setting up a 2nd and goal at the 2.
2nd and goal. I'm going to do the same exact play.
Yep.
Glover seems to be picking up those yardage in chunks, 3-5 yards. You know what they say, 3 yards on every play is a touchdown on every possession.
Deontay Glover, 981 total yards coming into this game, so expect that 1,000-yard announcement by PA Patty Alter here in just a few drives, inching ever closer so far in this game. Again, that pistol look, tight end goes in motion. Glover in the backfield, that is the give to Glover. He will bounce to the outside, now cut back towards the inside and barrels his way into the end zone. Deontay Glover in for 6 for the Gold and Blue. It's a Shepherd Ram touchdown.
You know, Glover finds the end zones. Last week he had 5 touchdowns, and he's already got the first one in this game. What an impressive performance he's had this year.
So Shepherd an extra point away from tying this one with 2:37 remaining in the first quarter, and that's the offense we expected to see in this football game for Shepherd.
That's exactly what we expected. We expected them to be able to move the ball with ease, and that's exactly what they did on that drive.
Hayden August Scriven on for the extra point attempt. There's a low snap, good hold, getting it up by Noah Pohl, and the kick is up, and it is good. We are tied at 7 with 2:37 remaining in the first quarter, a 60-second break. Then we are back. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Give you the drive summary after the ensuing kickoff. It is Hayden August Scriven. Back to return 2 men deep for Seton Hill. There's that kickoff again, a high end-over-end kick, sending the return man a few steps into the end zone, and he thought about bringing it out, but will take a knee instead. Taking a knee in the end zone was Darnell Carey. Real quick, let's give you that scoring drive summary again. It's brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folkd4wv.com. It was a 8-play, 82-yard drive, taking up 4 minutes and 11 seconds. It was a 2-yard run by Deontay Glover to put the Rams on the board for the first time in this ball game. The scoring drive summary brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor.
Smart move not bringing that ball out. First time on the kickoff he brought it out, and he only got back to about the 19-yard line. He lost his team really 6 yards, so heads up play. Probably coaches had a conversation with him about it after the first time.
Barabee in the pistol sends a receiver in motion to this near side. Takes the snap, and it is a give, and immediately wrapped up in the backfield by linebacker Kyle Smith. And a good play in the backfield, and a tackle for loss for Smith. On the carry was number 37, Tommy McChesney.
You know, that's the second time that Shepherd's gotten good penetration, been able to push the defense or the offensive line for Seton Hill into the backfield, and they were almost there as soon as the handoff was made. 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes exactly left here in the first quarter.
With 33 yards on the game so far for Glover, he is now over that century mark, or make that the decade mark at 1,000 yards. Quick swing pass to the far side. A cut back to the inside, but a good open field tackle by number 26, Tim Womack. Pass completed on that far side to Michael Alardo, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Seton Hill another 3rd and long. When they haven't moved the football, it's either been a big chunk of plays forward or they're losing yards going the other way, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Early they had some success finding the holes in the Shepherd defensive zone, but it seems like the Shepherd's starting to get some of those closed up, and they're swarming when it comes to tackling.
Logan Willen is the tailback. 3 receivers to this near side, 1 to the far side. Barabee Drops back, a quick 3-step drop, looking on the curl out to the far side. Pass complete, now cutting back towards the middle, and good blocks upfield, but Ponce de Leon, an open field tackle, bringing down Matthews, and that'll bring up another 4th down, and Seton Hill is going to have to punt the football away.
I got to tell you, Shepherd did an outstanding job of covering that, because it looked like when he started to cut back across the opposite side of the field that he was going to have a hole to be able to pick up that 1st down, but they came up and closed that down, and actually he probably lost 3 yards compared to where he could have been if he hadn't backtracked.
Hunter Miller again on to punt for the Griffins. St. Louis, the return man, standing at the 39-yard line for Shepherd. There is the snap, and the punt is away. Lewis coming up on it at the 40-yard line, and that will be a fair catch interference is what they're going to call there, running into the return man. Lewis knocked to the ground at the 39-yard line, never had a chance to go get that football, and that'll tack on some yards from the punt.
Well, he was 5 yards away from that.
Punt for the Griffins. St. Louis, the return man, standing at the 39-yard line for Shepherd. There is the snap, and the punt is away. Lewis coming up on it at the 40-yard line, and that will be a with you that there may not have been a fair catch call, and this makes it an interesting spot based on where that ball bounced,
right,
as to where this penalty is going to be spotted, because he never caught the football. So somebody has to, I'm assuming one of the officials made sure they saw where that ball bounced, because that is where the penalty will come from.
Well, the ball bounced about the 41-yard line, but he got hit back around the 35. But again, I don't know that I ever physically saw him call for a fair catch.
So it's going to be an illegal block is what they're going to call on the kicking team, and a 15-yard penalty. But again, still waiting to see where that ball will be.
Was it an illegal block or was that interference?
Interference.
I was going to say, he gave the motion for interference, not illegal block. So I'm thinking that they called an interference, and they're going to give him a 15-yard penalty? Yeah, because they're going to mark that from inside the 40 out to, what is it, the 47 of the Rams? The Rams 47?
47-yard line, now going into Seton Hill territory. Bajan in the shotgun formation, one receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Quick drop back, looking for the slant, complete to Rodney Dorsey. And that'll gain about half of what he needed up to the 42-yard line, bringing up a 2nd down and 5 for Shepherd.
I mean, that penalty was kind of a silly penalty, but it did set the Rams up with good field position here with, actually, it looks like we're going to get to the end of the first quarter with that last play right there.
The clock hits 0, the end of quarter number 1. The teams will switch sides, and we are tied at 7 after 1 quarter of play. A 60-second break, then we're back. Again, it's Shepherd 7, Seton Hill 7. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
If you have been injured in an auto accident or due to someone's negligence and you want to know what your rights are, call Ferretti Law Office at 264-8505 to discuss your claim for free. Attorney Joe Ferretti is prepared to answer your questions and explain your options. Put Joe Ferretti's legal experience and history of proven results in your corner to fight the bullies from the insurance companies. At Ferretti Law Office, we're here to help you win.
For over 36 years, Green Tree Realty has been helping the Shepherdstown community find a place to call home. Our friendly team is ready to help you navigate the market and is your trusted resource, complete with a wealth of experience and local knowledge. For those looking to buy land, commercial property, or a home, we'll help you find the perfect fit. From staging and negotiations to closing and beyond, we're with you every step of the way.
Rushing yards total for Shepherd 28, -6 for Seton Hill. So moving in the wrong direction on the ground, which is what we expected with only 523 on the season. First play of the second quarter is Ty Hebron getting the carry, and he stumbles forward to the 40-yard line. Gain of a few on that play, setting up a 3rd down and manageable for the Rams. The first run of the ball game for Ty Hebron. And now Deontay Glover will come back into the ballgame.
I got to tell you, don't let the beautiful sunshine fool you, because it is quite cold out today. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these passes are going to get completed on this cold day. And it's windy.
3rd down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Shepherd in Griffin's territory. One receiver to the far side. Rodney Dorsey goes in motion. Now to that far side. Devin Phelps by himself at the 40-yard line on the near side. Bajan a quick slant over the middle. It's Dorsey with the catch, and that'll move the chains. A first down completed pass up to the 31-yard line. First down Rams.
I think what you're seeing now is you're seeing the effects of the successful running game. You're thinking 3rd and 3, that they're going to hand the ball off the Glover up the middle, which left that slant wide open as the linebackers were pulled in to try to stop the run with Glover.
First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Under 14 minutes to play now on a running second quarter clock. 3 receivers to the far side. Bajan drops back to pass, looking for the wheel route. He's got Dylan Brewer at the 9-yard line, and Brewer into the end zone from 31 yards out. Phenomenal throw. Good catch by Dylan Brewer. That Martinsburg connection, one dog to another, and it's a Shepherd. First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Under 14 minutes to play now on a running second quarter clock. 3 receivers to the far side. Bajan drops back to pass, looking for the wheel route. He's got Dylan Brewer at the 9-yard line, and Brewer. Yeah, Dylan Brewer fighting injury and really just fighting the depth chart throughout his career here at Shepherd. Hayden August Scriven on to add the extra point. Noah Pohl, the punter, is the holder. There's the snap from Stern. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Shepherd a touchdown lead. They lead Seton Hill 14-7, 13:48 remaining here in the first half of Ram Stadium. We'll take a break. When we come back, the ensuing kickoff and the drive summary. This is Shepherd Ram of football on TV 10.
West Virginia's a Republican state, so why elect a worn-out tax-raising Joe Manchin retread as governor instead of a real Republican like Michael Folk? Mike Folk's the strong pro-Trump conservative who will ban sanctuary cities, stop red flag gun laws, rebuild our roads, and fight liberal tax schemes. Mike Folk's opponents, Justice and Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. Justice pushed a liberal tax scheme, then switched parties for his own personal gain, and Thrasher, an empty-suit Justice Democrat who switched parties after backing Justice's massive tax hike scheme. Jim Justice, Woody Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. They've blown their chance. Mike Folk for governor. Because it's time for a change. Time for a conservative change. Michael Folk, governor.
I'm Mike Folk. West Virginia needs a strong conservative Republican who supports the Constitution, President Trump, and always puts taxpayers first.
Paid for by Michael Folk for governor.
Ball falling off the tee. Again, the wind swirling here at Ram Stadium. It's been intermittent, I think is the best way to put it. Really didn't feel a whole lot of wind walking into the stadium. It didn't have a whole lot in warm-ups. So something that both kickers are going to have to adjust here in this ball game. Now, again, the wind swirling, going from side to side, now blowing out of the back of the end zone to our left. So it's tough for kickers to get a judge on that when the wind is moving in every different direction. Here is the kickoff for Hayden August Scriven again. A high end-over-end kick. This one is going to bounce the 5-yard line and then go out of bounds at the 1. Good read on that far side by the return man, taking a risk was Darnell Carey. That ball bounced the 5, and Shepherd had the kick team running quickly down that far sideline.
Well, I mean, if you were just talking about the winds, if you start to watch the winds over on the opposite side, on the home side, those winds are starting to blow back across the field over the bleachers. So I don't know if he took that in account or what it was, but man, 1 yard is the difference between pinning that ball down deep or on the 25 and bringing it out to the 35.
Scoring drive summary brought to you by Mike Folk for governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at folk4wv.com. That last drive, 4 plays, 44 yards, 1 minute and 33 seconds, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Bajan to Brewer. A run to start this drive, and a good run. Stumbling forward was Logan Willand, moving the chains, and another good run that, for a team that has either moved forward a good chunk of yards or lost 3 or 4 in a injured Ram down on the field. And in pain is the leading tackler, Chris Lane. Looked like maybe even a muscle cramp, if anything. The way he was in pain when he went down, but quickly getting to his feet.
Yeah, he does it. Just kind of, he looks like he's cramped up already. And you know, players forget that it's this cold outside, that they still need to take in fluids because they're burning that out of them. So hopefully we'll see Chris Lane go over, get treated, and get back into this game.
That run by Willand, moving the ball up to the 49-yard line. First down and 10 for Seton Hill. 2 tight ends come in motion to this near side. There is a snap, and again, the give is to Willand on this near side. Nowhere to go. The ball is loose. And who fell on it? The ball came loose right on that sideline. I think Willen was able to come up with the football.
Yeah, I think it bounced right back into his chest. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, they're scrumming for it right now, but it looked like it actually bounced onto his chest. Why is their coach in the middle of that fighting with him? Do you see that?
Yeah, it's a football play with a scrum. You're going to have guys throwing elbows, and Willen did somehow have that ball bounce right up into his stomach again. And that's going to go down as a gain of about 1.
But you see that out there. Normally you've got referees in there that are trying to undo it, but the coach actually jumped right in the middle of it and started pushing his own players away. So I'd almost wonder why they didn't get like a sideline warning for that.
That may have been the warning. He may have gotten a verbal warning. So if you see a flag come in later, it'll be that sideline infraction. 2nd down and 9 from the midfield stripe. Barabee in the pistol. Claps his hands together a few times. Now a straight drop back. Looking deep down the middle of the field. That pass caught at the 35-yard line. Inside the 30 to the 25. Now to the 21 before brought down by number 6, Dejon Anthony. On the catch is the receiver John Makel, the 4th. First time we've called his name today, and he gets the reception to move the chains for Seton Hill. And they're now moving closer into that red zone, just 1 yard out. 1st down and 10 from the 21-yard line for Seton Hill.
I think Seton Hill took advantage of linebackers coming in, creeping up a little bit, and got into that seam in between the safeties and the middle linebackers. The safeties come up this time.
Willen, that tailback, a play action pass, rush quickly, a jump ball into the end zone, almost intercepted once again, and once again in good coverage was Dejon Anthony. He could have 2 interceptions in this game so far. Has had 2 bounce right off his hands.
Yeah, he has, but he's doing a great job of playing defense there, and you're right, he could have 2 interceptions, but you know what they say, sometimes guys that play defensive back aren't wide receivers.
Yep, that's why they're playing defensive back.
That's why they're playing defensive back, because they don't have the greatest hands in the world, but they still get to the ball.
2nd down and 10 now. 12-18 remaining in the first half of this one. And don't be surprised if you see Seton Hill have to burn a timeout. Under 8 now on that play clock. And they are going to have to burn a timeout. Couldn't get that play in. Let's take this opportunity to tell you what is coming up at the half on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. It is high school playoff football time across the Mountain State. So at the half, we will stay on ShepherdRams.com on the live stream. We will also have our coverage on the TV.
Into that seam in between the safeties and the middle linebackers. The safeties come up this time.
Willen, that tailback, a play action pass, rush quickly, a jump ball into the end zone, almost intercepted once again, and once again. Our coverage continue in the second half. Also on the TV10 Facebook page at the half, we will send you to Martinsburg, West Virginia on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. It'll be the Preston Knights taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs, so that is what is coming up at the half. 2nd down and 10 upcoming from the 21-yard line. Both teams back onto the field after the timeout. And a big opportunity here for Seton Hill. They got to find a way to get points on this drive. Shepherd's offense starting to click here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, if they don't put points up here and they give the ball back to the Rams, they really have a chance of losing control of this game.
Barabee in the shotgun, takes that snap, looking quickly to the left. A long pass down this near side and out past the outstretched arms of Matthew Williams. Good coverage downfield by number 8.
You know, we looked at the rushing stats for Seton Hill and wondered why they didn't have very many rushing yards. They are primarily a passing team. I think they used the run just a little bit to offset it, but truthfully, they haven't had that many running plays in this game. It's been mostly pass, 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 pass.
Good defense by Jacozy Eniekwe, one of the many seniors on the Shepherd Ram team. Barabee again in the shotgun, and we're going to get a false start on Seton Hill. And that's going to move the football back, bring up now a 3rd and even longer. Goes from a 3rd and 10 to a 3rd and 15. Looked like that left tackle jumped for Seton Hill.
Yeah, I think it's key for them to on this one. They don't need to get all 15 yards on this. I think they're in a position right now where this might be with down 14-7. They may feel like they need a touchdown to stay in this, so they need to at least pick up half of this to put themselves in a position where they can have a 4th and somewhat short for an opportunity for a 1st down or a touchdown in this.
See what the play is on 3rd and 15. And again, you got to question whether this is 4-down territory, whether you try a long field goal A punt doesn't buy you a whole lot. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Barabee drops back to pass. Quickly rushed again, going down this deep side, and that one incomplete, bouncing off the defender, Jacozy Ekwere. They tried that exact same play. Identical, really, from the last pass they had, and once again, incomplete to the intended receiver, Matthew Williams.
Obviously, there's something there that they see that they think they can take advantage of, but twice Shepherd's done a good job of defending it, and it's not much different than the pass before that on the opposite side, except that was maybe a little bit more in the middle. So they're going to line up here for the field goal with 12 minutes and 5 seconds left and try to put some points on the board.
43-yard attempt for Miller. That kick is up, and it is good. A good kick for number 64, Hunter Miller, right through the uprights from 43 yards out. It is 14-10, Shepherd still out in front by 4, a 60-second break, then we're back with 12:01 remaining in the second quarter. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
You care about your car, so you take it to the best mechanic. You love your dog, so you take it to a vet you trust. So why go with just anyone when it comes to your insurance? With a local Allstate agent, you get expert advice you can trust and the best coverage for you. And because they live in your community, you can always count on them to be there when you need them the most.
Call Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Ensuing kickoff goes out of bounds. The second one we have seen now, one for each side. As Shepherd will get the ball at the 35-yard line. Real quick, want to recap the last scoring drive for Seton Hill. The scoring drive summary brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at Folk, the number 4, WV.com. It was a 7-play, 39-yard drive, taking up 1 minute and 47 seconds off that game clock, and a Hunter Miller field goal, good from 43 yards out.
But again, once again, they didn't really sustain a drive. It was one big play that got them down into that position. So Shepherd needs to get rid of that big play, and they'll be just fine out here.
12:01 left in the second quarter. Bajan in the shotgun. Baby play action pass, now looking deep down the middle of the field. He's got Devin Phelps at the 50-yard line, inside that 45 before being taken down at the 44-yard line. On the tackle was number 39, Daquan Glover. First down, Shepherd.
That was a solid play there by Shepherd. Just ran a man across the middle. Tyson did a good job of stepping up into the pocket when he felt the pressure, and I like the touch that he put on that. He didn't whip that at him. He just kind of, a nice little touch there.
First down and 10 from the 44-yard line in Seton Hill territory. A quick little shovel again, and Dylan Brewer inside the 40 down to the 35. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line, but a late flag comes in the area of a hold. We'll see what the penalty is.
That's going to end up being a holding penalty on Shepherd. Coming around the end, it looked like the offensive lineman was holding number 55.
It looks like it's going to come into the run, so it won't be from the line of scrimmage, I don't believe. We'll see where they mark the football off.
It looks like you're going to be looking at a 1st and 17 or so on this one.
Still waiting for the official word. And it is a hold on Shepherd, so move that football back. That football going to move back to the 50-yard line. So it's bringing up just a first down and 15. So well into the run was that holding penalty.
I don't recall Shepherd having a flag prior to that. That might be the first penalty on Shepherd in this game.
First and 15 from the 50-yard line. Pistol formation for Bajan. They give to Deontay Glover, bounces it to the outside. Good spin move, and then taken down. Does get back to the line of scrimmage. That was all effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Will they give it to him? Looks like our line judge is going to say his knee went down at the 48-yard line, so it's going to be a loss of 2 for the Rams.
Yeah, Glover did a spin move, and when he went to plant his foot to take off again and accelerate, he slipped, and I wasn't sure if his knee hit the ground or not, but obviously they're ruling it that way, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 18 with 10:50 left on the clock in the second quarter.
See what Ty Hyatt, offensive coordinator, has dialed up for this 2nd and 18. One receiver to each side. Bajan a quick drop back and a quick slant over the middle. He's got Brewer into Seton Hill territory, taken down at the 42-yard line, so a good chunk of yardage on the reception by Dylan Brewer. That'll bring up a 3rd down and manageable up to the 32-yard line. 3rd down and 8 upcoming.
That was a nice 10-yard penalty, or I'm sorry, 10-yard pass play there that puts you in a position where you can try to get this. This first down. I don't know that they're necessarily in 4th down territory unless maybe they pick up 5 or 6 yards, and then they got to consider it.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Deontay Glover, the tailback, to the right of Tyson Bajan. Quick 3-step drop and a slant for Dylan Brewer goes off his hands, and a flag coming in. Believe they're going to get contact on a defensive pass interference, so that should move the chains for Shepherd, assuming it is a defensive pass interference penalty.
You know, I was actually going to say that. I was going to say, wow, that guy defender got there a little bit early on that, but I didn't see the flag until late.
Referees getting together to verify. Good route by Brewer, and contact made, deflecting. It was a ball thrown a little bit behind Dylan Brewer. But definitely a catchable football, and I think the contact impeding the catch.
No, I definitely think that the contact impeded the catch, so we're going to get the call here. Actually, they're still talking about it. Just not really sure what they're talking about.
I think they may be talking about whether it's a hold or a pass interference. Whether it was a hold on the slant to the middle or whether it was pass interference going to get the football. We now will get our official call. It is a hold on the defense. Either way, it will move the chains and give Shepherd a fresh set of downs.
I feel like that was an awful late flag for a hold. You know,
usually you see that come in as the route's being run, not as he's going up for the football.
Right. I mean, that pass was clearly released, so I'm a little surprised unless the guy just had a hard time getting the flag out of his pocket or something. It just seemed like a late flag for a hold.
Either way, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Shotgun snap to Bajan to give to Glover right up the gut. He's got a good seam to the outside. Breaks 1 tackle and then gets wrapped up inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Good run for Glover and another 1st down for Shepherd.
Wow, that was a huge hole that was opened up on the left-hand side there for Glover, and he just exploded through it.
Gets down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 upcoming for Shepherd. Bajan looking to the sideline. Does get that play. Again, that pistol formation on the far side, a blocking back as a tight end. Now a couple of blockers come in. That give is to Deontay Glover. Bounces to the outside inside the 10-yard line. Lowers that shoulder, now gets inside the 5 before being taken down at the 3. 1st and goal for Shepherd upcoming.
Looked like that play was designed to go up the middle, and Glover saw something on the outside, bounced it out to the outside, and what a hit the explosion on that, man. Did a really nice job there.
Yeah, Glover is a guy that we've seen this year not only be able to lower his shoulder and get extra yards like you saw on the end of that play, but also show the wheels on that outside. 1st and goal, they're going to give it the 2-yard line for Shepherd. There's the give to Glover, of which one tackler still battling forward, feet running, and is going to be stopped a yard short of the end zone. 2nd and goal upcoming. Shepherd trying to get their 3rd touchdown here of this first half. Get back out to a double-digit lead. 14-10 is your score right now. 8:36 on a running second quarter clock.
You know, Seton Hill needs to try to do something here defensively to hold Shepherd to a field goal. Give them an opportunity to put this in, and Shepherd gets the ball back later to start the second half.
2nd and goal from the 1. A give to Deontay Glover and a good seam, and Glover into the end zone for 6 for the Gold and Blue. It's a Shepherd Ram touchdown.
wow, Glover's running like a man on a mission there, and that offensive line just opening up huge holes on that. You see the block on by the wide receiver out there that just denied anybody an opportunity to get to Glover.
And Glover running like a man who this could be his last game at Rams Stadium, one of these seniors here on senior day at Rams Stadium, and certainly running like it today. Shepherd now up 10, 20-10, and Hayden August Scriven on for the extra point attempt. There's the snap. Pole with the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. Shepherd now up 21-10 over Seton Hill. 8:16 remaining in the first half. We take a 60-second timeout, and then we are back. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Some are dreamers, some are doers, and just a few are both. That's the heartbeat of Shepherd University. A quality education that's within reach. In fact, we're one of the most affordable schools in the nation. Whether you're just starting off or you're ready for a new start, Shepherd University. Don't just dream, do.
21-10, the Shepherd lead over Seton Hill here at Ram Stadium. Ensuing kickoff by Hayden August Scriven, a high end-over-end kick. Return man will get it at the 2-yard line and bring it out across the 10 to the 15 and bottle up the 20. Keeps the feet running up to the 21-yard line, and a good hard return for number 19, Darnell Carey, and that'll be where Seton Hill will start this drive. The last scoring drive brought to you by Mike Folk for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at Folk, the number 4, WV.com. It was a 2-yard run for Deontay Glover, capping off an 8-play, 65-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And a crucial drive here for Seton Hill. They need to find the scoreboard in some way. A field goal at this point would even do for them, but they do not want to give Shepherd the football back and give them an opportunity to put another score on the board before halftime, because the Rams will get the ball to start the second half. Barabee, a bootleg to this near side. Smith quickly in the backfield and wraps him up for a sack. In on the sack, the first sack of the day for linebacker Kyle Smith, the 6'3", 210-pound sophomore from Sterling, Virginia.
You know, I'll tell you what, that was a great sack. You know, they tried to run a play option read on that, and they rolled out, but all the receivers were absolutely covered, and so he had no place to throw that pass, and great job by the Rams of 12-yard loss there on that play. That's tough. That's a tough way to start on a drive that you need points for.
And back inside the 10, 2nd and 22 from the 9-yard line for the Griffins. Barabee in that pistol. Quick drop back again in the end zone. Being rushed, moves to his right. Has got to get rid of the football. Free ball up and a good catch at the 19-yard line. Just put up a prayer, and hauling it in on the catch was number 4, Kilnan Humphrey.
You know, it's a good thing that the Rams put some pressure on that, because the wide receiver, number 10, Caro Gather, was running down the sidelines wide open, and if he would have been able, it would have been a long throw to throw back across your body, but if he'd have been able to stay in the pocket, that might have been a dangerous opportunity for them.
Gain of 10 up to the 19-yard line, going to bring up a 3rd down and 13. So another 3rd and long situation for Seton Hill. They've been put in this situation an awful lot, not only in this game, but this season. Shotgun formation, Barabee quick. A sprint to his left, has a receiver open, and steps out of bounds after the catch, and it'll be short of the chains. Again on the reception is Humphrey.
And again, I talked about that earlier. You, as a wide receiver and as a quarterback, he had another receiver just past that was actually past the chains, but now you're going to give the Rams the ball back. And with 6 minutes, probably around 6 minutes left, the Rams are going to have an opportunity to put additional points on the board, and you just said it. If they're able to shut them down, they're going to get the ball back to start the second half. This is when an opportunity for the Rams to put this game out of hand.
And good defense by Shepherd, not allowing the sticks, only a gain of 8 on that play, 4th and 5. Here comes the punt from Miller. And a low line drive punt. Lewis bobbles it, and able to fall on it is Seton Hill. There was a Ram there. It got out of his hands on a second effort, and coming up with that fumble recovery on the botched return was John Makel, the fourth. Here comes the punt from Miller. And a low line drive punt. Lewis bobbles it, and able to fall on it is Seton Hill.
That was actually a tough catch there. He was trying to catch it over his shoulder. He dropped it. He had an opportunity, and another Ram player had an opportunity. Both of them whiffed on it, and Seton Hill was there to recover. So now the Rams are, we were just talking about the Rams having an opportunity to go down and score. Now they've got to prevent Seton Hill from trying to score here.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Give right up the middle. That is Willen. Breaks one tackle, lowers his shoulder, runs over another Ram defender inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Hard-nosed run by Logan Willen to move the chains.
And that was some, I'm going to call it the way I see it, that was some bad tackling by the Rams. They did a lot of trying to shoulder tackle versus wrap their arms up. And, you know, that kid's a hard-nosed runner. We've seen him run over a couple of people already here in the first half. He hasn't gotten a lot of yards, but, man, he likes to take the hit, and that's what you saw right there. He just continued to take those hits.
Under 5:30 now to play here in this second quarter. 21-10 Shepherd. Barabee in the pistol formation. The give again to Willen. Lowers his shoulder. Won't get through the arms of number 93. And Kevon Bowman on the tackle for Shepherd. Gain of just about 1.
We got just over 5 minutes left here in the first half, and Seton Hill's trying to put together a drive here. You know, you talked about it. If they could put 3 more points on the board, at least they've got this within 1 score at halftime. You know, that's going to be crucial with Shepherd getting the ball back, that they need to get this within 1 score. Albeit it'd be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, it's still just 1 score.
2nd down and 8 for Seton Hill at the 16-yard line. Man in motion. A new quarterback in as a number 2 on the throw. That ball intercepted. It is Antonio Fox on the interception, and a turnover for Seton Hill. Steps out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and just like that, Shepherd gets the football back. Great interception by Antonio Fox.
We're going to have a penalty on the play, and it looks like it's going to go.
For Seton Hill at the 16-yard line. Man in motion. A new quarterback in as a number 2 on the throw. That ball intercepted. It is Antonio Fox on the interception, and a turnover for Seton Hill. Steps out of bounds.
Hit him pretty hard there.
Chris Jones was in at quarterback. We had seen, or Jones had several appearances this year at quarterback. He came in 58 for 90 and 2 interceptions. So make that his 3rd interception on the year in that backup quarterback role.
Yeah, that was a terrible pass. I mean, he looks like I didn't even see a Seton Hill player within that. I don't know if he just didn't put enough air on it or he was trying to throw a line drive, but where that ball was picked off, Seton Hill did not have a receiver in that area whatsoever.
Now with 4:34 remaining in the first half, see what Shepherd can do. Going to try to milk some clock, I would assume. But also have a long field to go. Is that penalty going to move the football back?
Did you ever see the indication on it? I didn't see the indication on it. I know what the penalty was because I actually watched the play happen in front of me. Did you get it?
It was a personal foul penalty. Yeah, I got the wasp. The banging you heard, a wasp in the press box. I know the penalty was a personal foul.
Yeah, I thought it. Well, I did. I saw the play over there. So sorry about that. But I was watching Matt over here trying to kill a wasp here in the press box.
And I got it. Don't worry. It is no longer a danger to us. 1st down and 10 from the 7-yard line. 93 yards to go for Shepherd to try to punch one in the end zone. Agent that give to Ty Hebron, and nowhere to go on that left side, and that's going to be a loss of 2 on 1st down, bringing up a 2nd down and 12, the 2nd run of the day for Ty Hebron. And Ernie McCook is not happy about something on that far sideline. Got about 4 yards onto the field, and not sure whether he was yelling at the officials or whether he was trying to get something to his team and now talking to an official. So he is not happy about either a non-call or a call that has been made in this football game. And a timeout on the field taken.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
In the shotgun formation. One receiver to each side. Agent. A play action pass in the end zone, has to get rid of it, and Hebron was in the area, and that flag is going to come in. That is an the flag looks like it's going to be an intentional grounding in the end zone, and if I'm correct, that should be a safety.
Actually, where this flag is actually from, I'm wondering if they're going to call a holding penalty on Seton Hill, because this is out where the wide receivers were at. He had a receiver in that location.
Yeah, it's 15 yards.
Right. But I'm thinking that this penalty might be on Seton Hall versus the safety intentional grounding.
We'll see. Yeah, it is going to be on Seton Hill as the referee coming over to the Shepherd sideline.
Yeah, I mean, so there you go.
Yeah, they are going to get a hold on the secondary for Seton Hill and moving the football up, and Shepherd catches a break there.
No, they did. But if you looked, there was a guy within some distance of that. But at the same time, the flag wasn't dropped in the end zone, so that's why you can say there wasn't. I don't know that they were ever going to call a safety there.
A 10-yard penalty, moving the football up to the 15-yard line. First down and 10 from the 15. 4:06 remaining here in the first half. That give right up the middle. Ty Hebron on the carry, lowering that shoulder and still moving that pile. A good push from the offensive line up to the 20-yard line. Gain of 5 on first down.
A little extracurricular activity there, and surprised that there wasn't a flag thrown on that. Nice push up the middle there for Shepherd. Got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Shepherd doesn't seem like they're in a big rush. They'd like to get down, get some additional points put on the board here, but it's not an absolute necessity here, leading 21-10.
And the one thing about college football, again, different than the NFL level, is the clock stops when they move the chains, so you have the opportunity to get up to the football quickly. And Shepherd is still with 2 timeouts here in the first half. Dylan Brewer comes in motion. Agent with that give right up the middle. It is to Ty Hebron again, lowering that shoulder, getting up to the 25-yard line, and that should be enough to move the chains. And the clock will stop at 3:17 until that ball is set. And Jason, I'm with you. I'm not necessarily thinking that it is important that they run a hurry-up offense, but you would expect a little more urgency with the Shepherd offense. Now the clock runs again, 3:09, 3:08 on a running second quarter clock. And right now, Shepherd taking their time. It is business as usual.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that there was only 3 minutes left here in the first half with the pace that they're going at right now.
Agent in the shotgun formation. Hebron is to his left. Brewer again coming in motion. Agent will drop back to pass. Looking to his left now, going deep down the field on that far side. Devin Phelps was the intended receiver. But out of his outstretched arms, and there is a penalty flag in the backfield.
That is going to be a clear roughing the passer penalty. Tyson had that ball thrown long gone, and that defender for Seton Hill just continued to plow over the top of him.
So add a few yards on the penalty, and that'll move the football across the 30 all the way up to the 40-yard line. So Shepherd a 1st and 10 from the 40. Now under 3 minutes to play in the first half, 2:44 on the clock here in the second quarter. And actually they're going to move that football up to the 41-yard line.
Shepherd's gotten 25 yards on this particular drive.
The offense really hadn't moved the football.
No, they haven't.
A couple of hard-nosed runs by Ty Hebron, but other than that, it has been Seton Hill that has moved the football for Shepherd. Again, a little shovel to Devin Phelps up the near side. A good block by Deontay Glover across the 45 to the 50 at the midfield stripe. He is pushed out. They're going to say stepped out of bounds first at the 49, so a good chunk of yards gained on first down. And it'll bring up a second down and short at the 48-yard line, a 2nd down and 2 for the Rams.
Shepherd has ran that play several times today. One time they got 49 yards out of it. A couple of other times they've gotten 8 or 9 yards. So that's a good play for them.
That is the favorite play for the Rams offense. They run that at least half a dozen times a game, and they usually run it to success with these speedy receivers they have, especially Devin Phelps. There's the give to Deontay Glover right at the middle. A good hole inside that 45-yard line down to the 41, and that'll move the chains for a 1st down for the Rams.
The way that some of those players reacted, it looked like the ball might have come loose, but apparently it hasn't. No, the offensive lineman came up with the ball. I'm wondering if that ball came loose on that play. Did you see that?
I didn't see the ball come out, but there was a big pile that is obstructing our view from seeing what's going on at the bottom of that pile.
I just watched it, and I noticed that a lot of people started diving after the ball, so I don't know whether he hit the ground, the ball came loose, it caused that, but nevertheless, the Rams have it with 1st down with 1 minute and 52 seconds left, driving in.
Clock is running, and we have a timeout taken by Seton Hill, and their last timeout of this 1st half. Let's go ahead and take a timeout as well. Let's make it a 30-second break back at the studio. Then we are back for the remainder of the 1st half. 1 minute and 47 left in the 1st half. It is Shepherd 21, Seton Hill 10. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Welcome back into Ram Stadium. 21-10, Shepherd's lead with the football. 1:47 remaining here in the 1st half. Again at the half, if you're watching on TV 10 or WRNR TV on YouTube, our coverage will switch to Martinsburg High School football. TV 10's Facebook page and the Shepherd Ram Athletic website will keep the coverage for the 2nd half of the Rams-Seton Hill game, but still 1 minute and 47 left on the clock before we make that switch. Low snap, Bajan gets it, drops back to pass, going deep down at this near side of the field. He's got Dylan Brewer, and just out past his outstretched arms at the 3-yard line. Incomplete pass, and just put a little too much air underneath it. Did Tyson Bajan, 2nd down and 10.
Wow, that was a great route. He did have Brewer wide open, just like you said, just didn't put quite enough air underneath that. And 2nd down 10, minute 41 seconds left here in the 1st half. Rams are looking pretty good on offense.
Still 2 timeouts left for Shepherd, so you would assume basically the whole playbook still open to him. 2 receivers to each side. It is Deontay Glover to the left of Tyson Bajan in that shotgun formation. Bajan takes the snap, looking right, going to fire right. Rodney Dorsey, the intended receiver, makes the catch inside the 25-yard line, gets pushed out at about the 23, and that'll be a 1st down for the Rams.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He put that on the outside shoulder where only his receiver could get to the ball. And it looked like the Seton Hill player didn't even know that the ball was coming. So great pass there, and you're moving the ball. You know, we talked about the pace, but obviously they're not concerned about the pace of this as much as what we were.
And our officials have stopped the clock and are together discussing something. Not sure what that discussion is.
Are they trying to discuss whether that play was inbound?
He was clearly in.
I thought so too, but for some reason they felt like they had to talk about something.
And they will wind the clock. Yeah, not sure what that conversation was about. Either way, the clock now running. 1:24 left in the 1st half. Bajan in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side. Also a tight end to this near side. It's DJ Cornish. Bajan drops back to pass, rush to his right, gets it away downfield and just throws it away. Closest receiver in the vicinity was Deontay Glover out of the backfield. 2nd down and 10 following the incompletion.
Yeah, there was a nice blitz there by Seton Hill to come up the middle and get Tyson out of the pocket, and obviously didn't give him enough time for the plays to develop, get his receivers open. Still 1 minute and 11 seconds left. And I'll tell you what, look at the wind. It is really starting to whip. We talked about it earlier, but now it is really, and it looks like Shepherd's actually going back into that wind, so not in a good position for a field goal.
Bajan out of the shotgun, takes that snap, now rush to his left, looking in the corner of the end zone and overthrows Devin Phelps. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 10 now with 1:06 left in quarter number 2. Had Phelps on a out route.
He did.
I guess more of a fade route than anything, going to that front pylon of the end zone and just overthrew him.
Yeah, he did. He just overthrew him, and that was a tough throw there to try to complete. 3rd down here with 10. You're probably, again, we talk about the wind. I don't know that you're not in 4-down territory with this wind out here.
2 receivers to each side. Bajan in the shotgun, bringing Devin Phelps in to stack on top of Rodney Dorsey. Play action pass, a dump off to Deontay Glover. He's got room in front, 1 man to avoid. Uses the block, now gets inside the 10-yard line before being taken down at the 8. Good open field moves by Deontay Glover and a great wide receiver block by Rodney Dorsey.
Yeah, we call those like ankle breaking moves. He made that guy.
Sure you call him that?
Yeah. Well, you know, my words get a little tongue. But no, that move was so slick he broke my tongue.
Under a minute now, 50 seconds on a running second quarter clock. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Rams, trying to punch it in one more time in this first half. They will get the football to start the second. Bajan drops back to pass, looking right, slant over the middle, caught by Rodney Dorsey, stumbling forward, and he gets into the end zone. Rodney Dorsey on the 9-yard reception. He's in for 6 for the Gold and Blue. It's a Shepherd Ram touchdown.
Man, he took that ball between 2 defenders for Seton Hill, and you thought, hey, good pass.
In one more time in this first half. They will get the football to start the second. Bajan drops back to pass, looking right, slant over the middle, caught by Rodney Dorsey, stumbling forward, and he has been a pivotal part of this football game. May not all show up on the stat sheet, but it's done a fantastic job not only catching the football, but being a blocker upfield for running backs and receivers after the catch.
We've got a trainer on the field right now for Seton Hill. One of the players was slow to get up, and he just came back in, but they're obviously going to go and pull him out of the game and take a look at him. He took a hard lick there on the attempted tackle.
39 seconds left in the first half. You would imagine with no timeout, Seton Hill just going to go into the locker room down at this point 27-10, but the extra point ensuing, you would expect them to sit on the football. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good, but we get a whistle, and they're probably going to move that football back. It is a illegal procedure penalty. Move that football back 5 yards and try this extra point again.
I don't know, with 39 seconds left and they're a passing team, they're going to be down 18 knowing that the Rams got the ball. I don't know that they're not going to at least take a shot or two downfield to see if they can't get a big play. I have a hard time seeing them being accepted down 18 knowing that they're not going to get the ball to start the second half.
But if you turn the football over, Shepherd's still got 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I get it, but my rule of thought there would be at least take one big play out of it.
That football moved back 5 yards. Scriven again with the extra point attempt. Up, and it is good. With 39 seconds left in the first half, the Shepherd Rams up 28-10 over Seton Hill. A 60-second break. Then we're back with the scoring recap and the remainder of the first half here from Ram Stadium. This is Shepherd Ram football on TV 10.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Welcome back into Rams Stadium. 39 seconds left in the first half. Shepherd with a 18-point lead, 28-10. Hayden August Scriven with a squiver up the middle, bounces at the 25-yard line, and with the return and just falling on it was running back Michael Valentino. See what the offense for Seton Hill decides to do with this drive, whether they will try to run Jason Colwork's big play, whether they take it into the half with the deficit they have right now. Scoring drive summary brought to you by Mike Folk, for Governor, accountable, ethical, responsible. Learn more at Folk4WV.com. A 11-play, 93-yard drive taking 3 minutes and 55 seconds. A 9-yard touchdown reception for Ronnie Dorsey from Tyson Bagent.
What I think you're going to see here is I think you're going to see a handoff to the running back to see if he's able to pick up some big yards before they try that big play.
Barabee gets that snap. It is Willand with the carry right up the middle. Gets a decent chunk of yardage up to the 34-yard line, and no timeouts called, no hurry-up offense. It doesn't look like, as we're under 20 seconds now on a running second quarter clock, and that may have been the last play of the first half, but lining up as if they may run one more. Trying to draw Shepherd off, and there's that snap. Barabee drops back to pass, looking deep down that far side, and that ball is bobbled and incomplete on that far sideline. It was a good adjustment made.
They gave him
They gave him. Okay,
no,
now they're gonna. I'm not sure the official that made the call originally saw that ball hit the turf on the sideline, but clearly bobbled it all the way and then dropped it on that far sideline. So with 3 seconds left, Seton Hill going to have to run one more play from the 34-yard line to end this first half.
Can we let the record reflect that they probably ran more of what I expected them to try to do than what you expected them to do?
They didn't sit on it, so I guess you would get the win in that case. There's the snap to Barabee. Willand gets the carry. He's across the 40 to the 45-yard line up to the 46 before he is brought down in the open field, and that will wrap up our first quarter. Shepherd going into the locker room at the half with a 28-10 lead over Seton Hill. Again, at the half, if you want to keep watching the Shepherd-Seton Hill game, tune into the Shepherd Ram Athletic website or go to the TV10 Facebook page. On TV10 and the WRNR YouTube page, we're switching to Martinsburg High School football. It's Matt Miller and Vic Holmes on the call. We appreciate you tuning in on those entities, but we will come back for the second half on the TV10 Facebook page and the Shepherd Ram website. At the half, it is Shepherd 28, Seton Hill 10. Back in 2 minutes.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.